Hi, my name's Siobhan, and thanks so much for watching my video. Today I'm going to talk about a really interesting example of how an industry can be completely turned upside down by technology and changing consumer habits. I'm focusing on Shein and its ultra-fast fashion business model. This has basically redefined how clothing is designed, made, and sold around the globe. So traditionally, big fashion retailers have worked on pretty predictable seasonal schedules. You'd have 2 or 4 big collections each year. And even brands that were considered fast fashion, like Zara or H&M, would still be working to get designs into stores over a few weeks. But Shein has completely changed the idea of timing. They actually release thousands of new items every single day. Some sources estimate around 10,000, which is honestly pretty mind-blowing. This chart shows how Shein's e-commerce sales have surged ahead of more established brands, highlighting just how quickly this model has gained traction globally. To dig a bit deeper into why this model has been so successful and also quite controversial, I looked at Porter's 5 forces. This framework really helped me see how Shein has managed to pull ahead of competitors. So first, there's competitive rivalry. The fashion industry is already extremely competitive, but Shein has made it even harder for other brands to keep up. By using AI to track what people are posting and liking, they can jump on trends before most competitors even notice them. Other fast fashion brands are trying to respond faster, but Shein's scale is on another level. The second force is the bargaining power of suppliers. Shein works with thousands of smaller factories, mainly around Guangzhou. Instead of placing big seasonal orders, they do a very small production run, sometimes just 100 pieces, to test demand. If something sells out, they ramp up production quickly. This approach means that they don't end up having massive amounts of unsold stock. And it also gives them a lot of leverage over suppliers to keep prices low and turnaround times short. Third is the bargaining power of buyers, or in other words, us as consumers. People have high expectations for low prices and constant choice. Shein's app updates all the time, which keeps shoppers coming back just to see what's new. This screenshot is a good example of how the platform is designed to feel endless and addictive. It also creates a bit of fear of missing out, but at the same time, this makes Shein vulnerable because if shoppers get bored or start caring more about sustainability, they can easily switch to something else. Fourth is the threat of substitutes. While there's been a rise in secondhand shopping and more sustainable brands, Shein's incredibly cheap and convenient model still has a lot of appeal, especially for younger shoppers who are more price sensitive. But this slide also shows why the model is being criticised. Shein has faced a lot of scrutiny for its environmental impact. Producing and shipping so many items so quickly creates massive amounts of waste and emissions. There are also concerns about labour conditions and copyright issues. Finally, the threat of new entrants is relatively low. Even though selling clothes online seems easy on the surface, replicating Shein's data capabilities, logistics network, and production flexibility is actually very hard and expensive. When I looked at what was causing this anomaly, I realized it's a mix of technology changing shopping habits and really efficient supply chain management. Shein's success relies on its ability to read data and predict what will sell, plus its direct to customer strategy. What's also interesting is how this model manages to persist. Because they produce in such small batches at first, they almost never overstock, which helps keep costs low and profit margins up. They also invest a lot in influencer marketing and mobile first shopping, which has become normal for so many consumers. But as you can see here on the Shopback site, Shein also attracts customers by constantly promoting discount codes and cashback offers, which keeps people engaged and coming back to buy more. To sum everything up, Shein's ultra-fast fashion shows how much technology and consumer expectations can disrupt an industry almost overnight. While it's incredibly effective from a business point of view, it also raises serious questions about ethics and sustainability. For future managers, I think it's really important that we look at both opportunities and consequences of strategies like this. Thanks again for listening. I hope you found this analysis interesting.